Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Titans and the Bills coming up next.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Buffalo Bills. on as the postseason continues here on EA Sports. We're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off. Get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff, and that might set the tone for what could be a physical game. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Young from the shotgun. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory, but that's his first catch here in the divisional round. Young to throw it. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Young will set to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Now Young. Open man is Chase, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down. But forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now 2nd and 9. On the counter, here's Algier. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And his kick is good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So here are the Bills now getting ready to go on offense for the first time. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 9.
Let's go now. Panther 11, Panther 11. 18, Pioneer. Come 19.
To the air, Williams. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Bills have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned him. And I don't think it's the last time they called his number in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. Fourth down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On now is the Titans punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Bronco switch. No street. Hawk 70.
Here's Williams. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. first carry here for their running back. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first. To throw, it's Williams. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go now. Big alert, big alert.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Dobbs goes in motion. Looking to throw is Williams. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gibbs straight ahead. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing, Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Young. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Young off the bootleg. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
How about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Young now from the 50. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there is never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll go play action here with Williams. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Up the middle they go. Gilmore. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, they'll run it here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
To throw, Williams. Here's a diving catch right side. But following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Cowboy 80. 79 Bronco. Mustang 19.
Throwing is Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Throwing again here, Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's 21-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Young. Throw left side complete to Chase. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Young to throw it. That's thrown underneath to Algier. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here is Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Let's go now.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Pass caught by Pearsall. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, now Williams. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get started out in Denver, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Brandon Ayuk, well over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown catch as well. In the first half, it was the man from USC, Caleb Williams, who put on a solid performance. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. Now they'll go with a reverse. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game. Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Here's Williams. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 71 yards. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Young working out of the gun. And got his man complete. Down to the 10 and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, 81 yards. And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go. Go.
On 3rd down, Gilmore. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Here we go. Set.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go now.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams. Steps away. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Looking to throw is Williams. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a handoff up the middle. Gilmore. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Titans now just about ready to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Algier now up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That was one I kind of saw coming, charge that free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field the two corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. On first down, sweep, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Operating from the gun, Williams. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Romeo Dobbs from 21 yards away. And the Bills are able to extend their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. On play action, Young. Dumps this one off to Algier. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Young. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Again, it's Young. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Bust through the tackle. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw, Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Go! Cougar 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Two yards to go, 2nd down.
Here we go. Hawk 70.
Throwing is Williams. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. The tight end in motion right. Following the interception, Young. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Second and 6. Young to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 47 yards. And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here come the Bills. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half. You've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Warriors, 70. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Check out.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Williams going to look to throw again. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Now for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Pass caught by Pearsall. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To the air once more, Young. Got a man open, it's Chase. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either.
Here we go, set.
Throwing, Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Let's go now.
Young now. That's complete to Pearsall. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll throw again. Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Bryce Young, 35 yards. And the Titans get a bit closer. Extra point up and through. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. And the Bills are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Down to the 42, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Gibbs is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Talk about two sides of the ball cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. They're front 7. They've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
He's got this to Algier.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's taken to the 26. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it would appear that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.